Senator Cory Booker, a senator from the state of New Jersey, joining us after many people remember the history-making address you gave where you discussed the stakes and how this is about democracy. Your response to what we're seeing in California right now, and do you believe the president has the authority to deploy Marines for what looks like potentially domestic policing?
Well, again, you laid it out clearly. This is about the rule of law, and it needs to be followed by everyone. We are a nation of a law, not a nation governed by the whims of a president. And I've looked very clearly at the statute. Article 10 of the Federal Code, Section 12406 says it very, very clearly that the president must. It says that it shall go through the governor's office before taking a step like this. He did not. He went around the governor's office. The head of the LA police has said that this is causing severe challenges in terms of logistically and coordinating their own response. This is making the situation in Los Angeles worse, not better, to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars for American taxpayers. And so, again, this is the president, yet again, exceeding his authority. This is the president, yet again, instigating more problems that he claims he is solving. It is the way he's been running immigration. Remember, his immigration steps again and again and again have been violations of the law. Don't take my word for it. Take the Supreme Court, a third of which he put into place, that ruled 9-0 against him in his violations of our laws, in this case, our due process laws. This president is finding every reason to try to declare emergencies and reach for extra powers that he's not justified in using. I believe in the rule of law. I believe in public safety. I believe in abiding by that, from people who are protesting in the streets all the way to the presidency. There's an obligation to follow the law. Los Angeles could take care of those people who are breaking the law and causing violence. But we, the people of the United States of America, we are the accountability of a president who, again, is overreaching his power, overstepping his authority, and trashing our Constitution.
Do you think it is constructive to have other protests around the country? And what do you say to the point that we actually saw in the reporting just now, where the ratio is more than 1-to-1? You have more than one officer for every single person in what our reporter described was a relatively minuscule protest of under 80 people, which raises the question whether, to some degree, Trump wants some of these clashes and wants them to be larger groups of protesters.
Well, the president is trying to say that protest and dissent is unpatriotic. I believe when you have a president who is violating the laws of our land, not to protest, not to dissent, is unpatriotic. And so peaceful protest has been how we all got here. I am standing here because of a product of people who peacefully protested. My mother, in doing sit-ins, in doing the March on Washington. Protest is a part of our democracy. It is vital and is essential. Violence, we should all abhor that. Those people should face consequences. But right now, with a president who continues to violate the laws of our land, overstep his power, violate the checks and balances, due process, and more, protest and dissent is the greatest act of patriotism.
Let me ask you about the immigration approach, which did catalyze some of this. Bottom line, there's a hierarchy in how immigration enforcement's worked for many decades, because there are people where it's a bigger priority to address or deport them. And then there's a heck of a lot of people that are part of the real society and economy of this country, even if they're technically undocumented from 20 years ago or what have you. The administration has made a change, and as you know, it's much farther than other Republican administrations. Some of the reporting on this here from the Wall Street Journal, the White House marching orders that sparked the crackdown they write about in L.A., agents didn't need to develop target lists of immigrants suspected of being in the U.S. illegally, a long-standing practice. And I think we have this, I can put this up on the screen here, referring to Stephen Miller, who's well known. Instead, Miller directed them to target this now known Home Depot for laborers who typically gathered for hire or convenience stores. Stephen Miller, according to the Journal, betting that a handful of agents could go on the streets of Washington, D.C. and arrest 30 people right away. What is your view of this type of enforcement that basically chucks the old model of saying, yeah, if somebody might be a violent offender or tied to a terrorist organization, of course you go after them. But now going after people who are part of the real economy. They go to get a job in a parking lot. I think a lot of people know about this kind of thing.
Look, the president made a commitment that he was going to target precious law enforcement resources towards violent criminals, towards gang members, to the people who are threatening other Americans. He is violating that promise and that commitment, but he's going further than that now. He's violating common standards of decency. He is being cruel. He is separating families. They are raiding schools and hospitals. They are setting people up who are trying to abide by the law and go to their proceedings, their immigration proceedings. This violates our collective values. It undermines our economy. It actually undermines our public safety in two principal ways. Number one, it draws law enforcement away from doing the things that are necessary to protect us. And number two, it's created such a culture of fear within so many communities. I'm seeing this in New Jersey, that you have people that are even afraid to go to the police and report crimes or offer witness testimony against criminals. This is a violation of our values. It hurts our economy. It undermines the fabric of our community. And this is what the president, exactly what the president said he would not do. And we are right to speak up against it. And some of the tactics they're using, people that are showing no insignias on their uniforms, with their masks covered, throwing people in unmarked vehicles, this actually violates the law as well. And it violates, frankly, an understanding of what other law enforcement officers are now pointing out, making our law enforcement officers more unsafe in communities. And so this is wrong in so many ways. And again, America, we have to speak up and speak out about it.
Understood. And really important to hear where your head was at here with the inflection point, the seriousness, the seriousness of what we're facing as a nation right now. Senator Booker, I want to thank you